Digital transformation. Like I said, the journey in the enterprise. It is a journey. It takes years, if not months, together for an enterprise to embark on this journey and then travel all the way because of the disruption that is created by these digital technologies are enormous. And to cope up and take advantage of that, it takes a while. So that's why it's called a journey within an enterprise, right? Now, before I get into that, since there are a lot of audience, I want to give a glimpse about what DXC technology is all about and what do we do and how are we helping our customers in their digital transformation journey. So you get a view of it, and then we will get into the subject topic. So DXC Technology, we are a global IT service company, with 70 plus countries we are in, and 60 years plus of experience in the industry, and we have been supporting all the work when it comes to an enterprise end to end, from an infrastructure support all the way up to consulting and helping them in transformations and also running their existing applications. And we are technology agnostic. We support every technology, like Mr. Anbu, you were saying, right? Like VMware or Autodesk or Amazon or Azure, everybody is there, and we try to leverage that and give that benefit of putting them into a solution for our customers. And our global reach is extensive, and we are in 70 plus countries, right? Like you can see, we are in the 122 position in the Fortune 500 as per the last year's rating. We have been serving several customers, 6,000 plus customers, and 200 of them are Fortune 500. And we have a wealthy of close to 140,000 employees across the globe be part of this DXC family. We have a lot of strategic partners, like you said, Azure or Amazon or Google, or Oracle, name any of the big vendors, and we are partners with them. So we provide solutions, leveraging their solutions and providing that to our customers. Having said that, DXC as a technology, at an overall level, this is our technology stack, enterprise technology stack, end to end. Starting from all you can see in the bottom is in ITO, infrastructure automation, operations. From the infrastructure level to cloud, security services, cyber security is one of the key aspect of it. And applications, be it enterprise applications like your ERPs or your custom applications or your cloud applications or your software as a service like a Salesforce. And we do have IP, we do have healthcare and life sciences products which we develop, and insurance products which we have. And through that also we are serving our customers who buy our product, and we provide services to them. Obviously, the data analytics and engineering, which is the core, which is a key for a digital transformation today. Everybody is banking on how do I leverage my data? How do I get my prediction out of my data? How do I generate insights and serve my customer? So we are pretty strong in that, and we have been supporting a lot of our customers. And I do have some examples which I can point you to, wherein we are supporting in all these stack together. So, like I said, right, we have been in the industry for long, and we have been serving our customers for long. So we also have been managing their data. Now, embarking on this digital transformation journey, we are now helping our customers in how do I get insights from that data. See, data storage is a cost. Leveraging what is inside the data, exploiting that is going to give them the additional revenue. So we are trying to help our customers in doing a data analytics platform, getting insights from that, modernizing their applications onto cloud from their legacy, and even extending the life of mainframe applications. Mainframe is not going to go away, let me tell you. It's going to be there, but maybe for the mission critical applications, it will stay, but extending the lease of life of mainframe applications and making them part of a system of record for the enterprises in the digital journey. So pointing to some of these examples, connected cars accelerate driverless car development for BMW. So DXC is partnering with BMW, or BMW is partnered with DXC, wherein we are helping them in using our data analytics platform and data analytics to research and develop the driverless car. And they really are feeling so happy about that, and which is giving them the speed to achieve. So in this date, right, speed and agility is the key. So we are giving that. And on the right, you see a hold. This is something that I really want to, one thing that I want to underline here is customer experience. I will be talking about this all through my slides because I firmly believe, and there are a lot of research that says digital transformation, the key tenet of that is customer experience. It's all going to be customer centricity. We are in the age of customer obsession. Let me put it this way. We are in the age of customer obsession, and every industry, every enterprise will think, reinvent, or revise. How do I keep my customer? How do I attract more customer? That's the mantra for which the digital transformation is helping them to arrive at that. So please remember that customer experience is very key. Now, a hold is one of our customer, wherein we are helping them again in transforming their applications onto Azure platform, legacy applications, next gen applications, and connecting them all and helping their customers to provide a unified, seamless experience at every digital touch point. Today, customers are in many digital touch points, right? Each one of us will have at least 4 to 5 gadgets, be it a laptop and then computers and mobile and smartwatch, and again, mediums like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So there are so many touch points where you interact with a corporate or a company or Amazon or a Flipkart or even an education institution. At every touch point, you need to give them the experience seamlessly, so they see you as a single organization, single information. So we are helping a hold towards that. And again, if you look at SAS, which is the one right bottom, we are, again, it's an airlines company. Again, we are helping to improve the customer experience digitally with creating an analytics platform. A lot of data are already there, right? They have been flying for a lot of time. They have a lot of customers. Everybody is there, a frequent flyer member, and everybody will have some preferences and some customer service calls, some fight, some appreciations, and they go out to media like Twitter and all those things, right? And but we have to collect all the information and generate a footprint of a user, of a customer, and see how I can serve him better, which is attracting more customers. So that's something that we are doing. So this is just a glimpse of what kind of next gen solutions on the digital transformation journey, plus the digital technologies which we are supporting to our customers. Like I said, DXC has tremendous opportunities to work on cutting edge technologies. Like one simple example, it can look as simple as, okay, I have my essentials delivered, right? But there are a lot of things behind that. What do I like? How do I like? When I should get that? What is the season? What is the current context under which what will attract me? Put it in front of me when I'm visiting a browser or when I'm visiting, a mobile or my SMS. That makes me impulsive to go and buy it, and that's the experience. So we are providing digital commerce and business analytics solutions to many of our things. So a lot of things that are involved, though it says simple two things, digital commerce and business analytics, but friends, believe me, behind this there are a lot of technology aspects that goes in, and I'm going to talk about each one of them, or at least the key ones of them, which as an academicians you can focus on to prepare the workforce of the future. For more information on DXC, I would encourage you to go to the DXC website, and I have a URL here. I think once when you all get this, you can go and look at our DXC's digital directions. Every industry, taking up key industries like automotive, banking, insurance, healthcare, and what does it mean for them to transform to digital and how they can go there and what are the things that they are doing. You will get a lot. You will get to know more by looking at this place. So that's a brief about our DXC and how we are in this digital journey and helping our customers, right? Having said that, the one silver line that I want you all to keep in mind is the enterprises have to be disruptive or be ready to get disrupted. So this is a line that you have to remember. It applies to every single one in this call and in the enterprise and everyone. You have to be disruptive because we are disrupted with this amount of technologies that keep growing every day. New things keep coming. You have to embark on it, take advantage of it, and serve your customers, because ultimately the customers are already embarking on it. Let's take an example, right? Why we are here. Have we ever thought about 3,000 people attending a online session for 9 days and understanding some technology aspects, sitting at comfort of our home, and with all this network, that is speed and everything. Have you ever thought about it a few years before? This is the power of digital transformation, right? So this academic is also transformed into this digital world. I can see my daughter's school classes are going uninterrupted. She's attending classes every day on this video conferencing mode, which we have never thought of before. So this was taught to us by one of a trigger, which is this COVID-19, right? So the disruption are there out from any corner. So we have to be prepared for that, else we will get disrupted. So that's the digital transformation journey, which we will talk about. Like I said, another thought that came to my mind in choosing this topic is, right, digital transformation. I'm telling you, this COVID-19 is pushing us faster, pushing the enterprises faster to embark on this digital transformation. This is one of the Economic Times. I said, I'm sure many of you would have seen many such newspapers, right? Everybody is sitting at home and they are getting your groceries, vegetables, you are getting from Coimbatore by sitting at your laptop and ordering it. Have you ever thought about it before? No. Sitting at home, you are able to go to the corporation website and order vegetables on Swiggy or Zomato, or somebody is delivering it at home. That's digital transformation. See how the corona is pushing all of us into this digital transformation, right? Even a local provision store, famously we call Anachi Kadai, right? He is sending a WhatsApp message, this is the list of provisions, you send me and I will get it delivered. He is also forced to get onto this digital technologies, otherwise he has to shut his shop and lose revenue, right? So digital transformation is not a choice. Everyone has to embark on this journey, and I'm telling you, more than 80 to 90% of the enterprises today, one way or the other, would have been in some form of digital transformation or leveraging digital technologies. So one thing which I liked, from Twitter, so I thought I borrowed here is, right, who led the digital transformation for your company? There was a poll, and COVID-19. It's interesting, but that is the reality. And again, DXC has a guidance to a lot of our leaders, right? Now, enough about it. What is digital transformation? Like I said, digital transformation is doing business leveraging the next gen technologies, if I put it in simple terms. Bringing in value to the digitally aware customer. Digitally aware customer is important, right? And doing business, adapting your business, refining your business, or reinventing your business, everything towards that, and providing business services through adoption of this digital technologies. So that's one. And there are other different definitions. If you look at from MIT, somebody is saying it's a radical thinking of how an organization uses technology, people, process to change the business performance. Yes. And look at Salesforce. Again, they are talking about, using technologies to create new existing business processes, cultures, and customer experiences. Everybody is talking about customer experience, right? Now, let's see how our industry analysts are looking at it. So when I talk about business transformation using digital technologies, there are two dimensions from the industry view. There are, and when I say digital, doesn't mean that all of us are using analog, right? Every enterprise is using some form of computers, they are using some form of storage, they are using some form of applications, and they have been there, right? They are not like a completely analog, they are in digital, but they are not connected and they are not able to scale that fast as they want or as the customers are expecting them to, because of the constraints that are put in by the systems that they have built so far with customizations and so on. So with that, right, there are two ways the enterprises look at when it comes to digital business transformation. Either I have to optimize and transform. When I'm optimizing, obviously, why are we optimizing? I have a lot of wastage, I have a lot of unproductive time, or I have a lot of gaps in the system. I have a lot of data that is there, which I'm not able to reach. So I need to use them to improve my productivity, which is going to boost my revenue, where if I improve my productivity, I can put those improved time onto doing more, getting more revenue, and think more on engaging the customer. So it's all about better customer engagement. On the other hand, while doing that, right, a lot of companies have to think about new business models, even companies which are in physical mode, right? They have to start thinking about how to get onto the website or mobile commerce and things. Lifestyle, which is a shopping mall, many of you would have seen. They were only a shopping mall, but they have to get onto lifestyle. GRT jewelry or Titan, everybody was just a market store. You all go, but they are also forced think about model and how to reach the customer and get them get the services to them where they are. So they have to think about a new business model and new operating models. So in order to do that, how do I do? Where am I today? How the enterprises are traveling across this journey to get there. And that's the journey of digital transformation. Like I said, enterprises, if you look in the top left, they are in the current state. They have enterprise applications and there are maintenance costs. They are spending high. They are not able to scale, or if they have to scale, they have to buy new hardware, and which is not that easy to get the hardware. Look at it today, right? uh, Today we are 3,000 participants. Suddenly, if this conference is going to attract 10,000 participants, and if this jam is not able to add few servers, do you think that they can go to the market and buy and add it? Today everything is a lockdown, but they are on the cloud. See the flexibility. They can quickly turn another virtual machine or a PC or a hardware, memory and CPU, add on to it on the fly and expand. That gives the flexibility. And then the moment the conference is over, they can bring down to smaller. So they don't need to spend on the infrastructure for long. So that's the flexibility, scalability, and speed that is given by adopting these digital platforms like cloud and VMware and so on, right? And today, if you look at it, a lot of customers, like I said, I want to pick examples at every stage so you understand why I say this and how industry is looking at it. A lot of companies, right? They will have applications, they will have data. So it's not that they are not there, but they have to leverage them, integrate them, interconnect them, take advantage out of that. For example, you take Vodafone or Airtel or anyone. They have been in business for long. They have a customer base. They have a knowledge data about the customer built, and it is sitting there. Suddenly, they want to launch a new what is it? IPTV. Let's say, for example, right now we are all in the IPTV. Everybody is now after. Okay, watch this movie. Watch it over 4G. Watch it over this, and 5G is going to come. But the customer base is the same. They can bank on that and they can grow from that, right? Now think about it. If that enterprise have that mobile customer base or landline customer base, if it is BSNL, is sitting in a database or enterprise system separately, and you are trying to build a new customer base and you don't have a way of integrating, then you are not going to be efficient. However, on the other hand, modifying my existing applications to adapt to a new business model or a new model business channel, I need to do a lot of customizations. If I have my system a lot of customized, then it's going to be difficult for me. What this digital transformation gives you is it makes you get into a decoupling zone. So when you decouple yourself, you can scale. I will tell you the same Vodafone or Airtel as an example which we picked. They may have built it on mainframe system, for example, and they may have a customer base. Suddenly, if they want to expand, right, put an API, web API on top of it, and then the new systems can leverage it. That's all, right? So you are leveraging, extending the lease of life of our applications and expanding to new venues. That gives them the flexibility, right? And the customizations are removed here when you get into the decoupling zone through this integrations and others in digital transformation. Now, one thing again, like I said, I'm going to come back, which is data and customer, right? Limited access to information. Like I said, information is sitting everywhere. Look at Apollo hospitals. I'll give you my personal experience. 10 years before, I have taken my family members, my mother to Apollo hospital. She had some problems. We attended, she was admitted, operated, etc., etc., etc. Doctors are treating her. They have her data, scanning report and everything, but it was all on paper. But 1 year back, I took my mother for a different purpose. You know what? The same doctor is now entering his prescription on a computer. And he says the prescription out of the computer is given to me. And when I'm coming out of the hospital, my mobile is saying that, okay, here is your Practo or a Docon or something saying that, okay, you visited this doctor, here is your prescription, this was your treatment. Look at how it has changed. Because Apollo hospitals or many hospitals for that matter will have a lot of history of information of the patients, how they are treating, how are they reacting to medicines? So how are they diagnosed? Who diagnosed? And what happened? How they recovered well? All these are tracked, and it is sitting there. And now that data is increasing in petabytes or zettabytes or God knows, right? Now taking advantage of that, taking the analytics and how they are recovering is being used to predict, prevent, and propose a new model, new solution. So that's how industry is taking advantage of these solutions. Now Apollo Hospitals is sending an SMS to you and me saying that, okay, you have visited, I got this message, you have visited this doctor last year. Sit at your home. If you want to consult the doctor, reach out on this number. How can the doctor look at my mother's history? Because it's all sitting in the digital. So digitization, which is moving from paper to the digital form, and digitalization, leveraging that information and creating a new business model is helping them. So this is the power of digital transformation, right? And what it is giving me, gaining velocity, unlocking value, connecting the enterprise, improve the decisions driven by information, decoupling, and contextual. Some of these are very important, like I said, right? Contextual. Today, I told you we are in the age of customer obsession, and we are living in the moment of now. And our you know attention span is only 8, as you would have seen, right? Content that needs to be pushed in front of you through anything, whether mobile or WhatsApp or your news or anything, should be quick enough to attract you and make you go and visit, and then they should convert you into a customer. So they have to treat you or provide you personalized information in the context you are in. Today we are in the corona context. So what do I need? What everybody will need. If you are in a containment zone, red containment zone, they may track basis your zip code, and basis that they know that you cannot go out and you have to be given something to your doorstep. Whereas people who are in a green zone, they don't need that, they can order, right? So contextually they can create their commerce accordingly. And velocity, right? Getting onto the cloud will give them the advantage. If you look at on the right, these are the benefits that they will be able to build, deliver scalable applications with speed and agility on the modern platforms. So like I said, I gave an example of this conference itself, the speed and agility. If you are on the cloud, you can quickly scale up, whether 3,000 or 30,000 participants, my server can handle it, which was not possible before. You cannot scale from 3,000 to 30,000 all of a sudden, unless you have prepared yourself for a, what do you call, a pre-configured scalable platform in your data center in the corporate. You cannot do that. And you might have vertically scale, but you cannot horizontally scale as and when you need. Today, I will give you another example, the scalability perspective. If I'll pick the same e-commerce, be it Flipkart or Amazon or anyone. See, the way they scale, right? The flexibility with the cloud native applications that you are seeing, smaller, more maintainable modules, and the scalability and the power of APIs, how they are doing it, I'll tell you. You are in big billion days or big shopping days. What will you do in the first 3 days? Everybody will be after purchasing, buying, shopping cart, payment. So what they can do, and during the first 2-3 days, you are not going to do any return shipment, or you are not going to get for any refund, right? So if I create a smaller module in my application which will talk about purchasing, browsing, shopping cart, payment, and I clearly separate them into my returns, refunds, and so on. All these are 6 smaller modules, which was not before. Before it was all in a monolithic application. If you have to modify one method, you have to modify the entire application. Now everything is smaller pieces in form of microservices. Now what can they do? During the big billion days, they will have more of this buying, shopping cart, purchasing, payment, span them into 100 or 200 or 2000 instances so that they can scale, and they don't need to have that much of refunds and returns. Then after the shopping days are over, they know that when they are going to be delivered. After that, reduce them and increase your scalable nodes for these applications of returns, refunds, and things. So think about the flexibility, the speed, and the agility. When you need it, grow. It's like this. If I draw parallels to our regular life, do we go and build a community hall or a chowdhury for that purpose? Whenever we need a marriage, we go book it. We are done with it. We will come back, right? We know that we are going to have 1,000 people or 2,000 people. Basis that you go and rent it and then come back. The same is now brought to this industry. right? So that is the journey that every industry is going on. For that, there are many things, starting from your infrastructure, of your security, of your applications, of your data, of your interfaces. Everything has to be modernized or adapted to the modern technologies. Is some part of it will be done at some level, and that's the journey that enterprises are going after. Now, this is the journey if you really look at it, right? The we are Most of the enterprises will be in some form of, here they are in legacy ITO, like in your own data center or in your own office, you will have your several servers, mainframe sitting in your applications like mainframe, C++, Java, .NET, everything will be sitting on this. So, like I said, many enterprises are already on the cloud. It's not a choice. They have to be if they want to be scalable and cost effectiveness, right? They would have, this is a journey. You get onto the cloud, migrate, and agile methodology. So you have to be agile. So I know this is again a draw parallels to what we are today, not on the waterfall. We have to be agile. We have to turn things around quick, fail fast, learn from it, and correct it so that you can quickly reach to the market with the corrected ones. Unlike in the waterfall where you sit and plan for 6 months from now and then do that, by the time you are completing 6 months, you would not be in a position to accommodate. Think about this corona. Have you ever thought of this vigorousness in January about this? Had we put a system planned for that and then think about 6 months, it has changed. So you need to be agile so you can accommodate accordingly. So that's the agile methodology. So this is something that as an academicians and students, you need to understand the methodologies, how the softwares are developed, how the industries are, is agile methodology. That is very important. You need to understand how the software lifecycle goes through when you are on agile versus waterfall or V-shaped or whatever we call it. You need to understand that. When we are on agile, on the development, the cloud gives you the agility in terms of the infrastructure. Look at the convergence of the applications, the methodology, infrastructure, all in one, giving you the speed, right? Once when you are there, the customers can modernize, and we will talk about very briefly. I know this is 1 hour is not enough for this topic because it's lot, but I want to try to compress as much as possible, throw some buzzwords which will provoke many of you to go and look what it is so that you will learn more, and we will find some newer venues later and see how we can go deep. But I will touch upon some of the key aspects of it. Continuous integration and DevSecOps. These are some of the things which are very key for being agile and deliver it to the market at the speed of your development. See, industry, if they you look at the mobile applications, right? If you have some problems in your mobile applications, be it Arogya Setu, if they go in the typical waterfall model, they will sit and 1 month they will develop and then deliver. But now, if there is a bug that you report, tomorrow or day after, you see that bug fixed and then you are seeing it, and it's a new application can be released. So they are at the speed of that. So you need to have that agile methodology. But if you develop your applications, and many of you may know, right? Students, you need to again see, when you develop, it doesn't stop. You need to put it into the production server, for which there are various other things that needs to be done. Now, if you develop at very fast speed, and if you're not able to put it into production at the same speed you develop, what is the use? And that's where you need to change the culture and the mindset, wherein developers and the administrators or production support systems or monitoring or everybody should come in hand. And that's a cultural shift prescribed by the DevSecOps principles. And why I say security is not to be forgotten. We all have seen how Zoom is now having some issues. Suddenly, our Ministry of Information and others are telling that avoid Zoom and things like that. Because cyber security is very important. Attackers are hacking now. All of you are saying that I'm going to contribute to PM Care Fund. How many spoofing emails are coming in the PM Care Fund? Everybody's clicking on that. So cyber security is very important. Attackers are looking at opportunities. So every moment you need to look at security and speed, at the same time be agile. So that's the journey that they are in. Now you are modernizing using these methodologies like continuous integrations and DevSecOps. Now the opportunities are more for you to adapt to as a service, platform as a service, right? You can't build everything. Salesforce is giving you a CRM, customers relationship management software, right? Amazon is giving you a machine learning platform. Azure is giving you an IoT platform. You don't need to sit and build everything. Take it from them as a service, leverage when you want. Connect your applications onto that in the hybrid mode. You still will have your application sitting in your corporation. When I say digital, does not mean throw away your legacy applications and legacy skills. No, give them the new lease of life, extend them, repair them, reimagine them, and retire some of them which are really not giving you the benefits. So you have to follow all this and then transform to a new cloud native mode. When I say cloud native, some of the applications, like Ola or Oyo, they are all born on the cloud applications because they have born during the cloud era. Most of them would have built their applications on the cloud in the cloud native way. Whereas organizations like your Big Bazaar or Future Bazaar, they may not have. So they still have their stores, but they also have to get out onto the cloud. So at the end, right, lifting your applications and moving to the cloud alone will not give you the benefit. You need to adapt to the as a service model, software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and so on, and leverage them and build your applications using the decoupled technologies. Like I said, microservices, progressive web applications, mobile, obviously, everything towards enhancing the user experience. Single page application. Many of you might have noticed that, these days, whatever you are on a website, it doesn't go and refresh back and forth. It's a single page application. Everything is given to you on the same page without you going out of the page, unlike in the past. That's the experience, right? Now, with all this, you are collecting data, a lot of data and insights. Use that and grow in the market. Many of you would have noticed when I say this data and insights, like wherever you are leaving a footprint, and that is being leveraged by the industry and providing in a service. So all of this are converging towards new market growth, improved customer experience, and be competitive. You have to be competitive. Otherwise, these small companies which are coming on the cloud, they are giving you a new model. And then, what happened to Fast Track? They also have to get onto the same mode of Ola and Uber, but still they are disrupted. But they were late in the game. Ola and Uber have captured the market, but still they have to embark on it. Otherwise, you are going to lose. So that's the transformation that is happening around us and enabled by digital technologies. Like I said, the benefits of digital transformation, the top, this is a survey from one of a report, Messergy. If you see that, many of them, this is across several countries that they've taken this. Benefits of transformation is enhanced customer experience, comes in the top. Remaining competitive because you are already physical mode. They are getting into the phygital mode, right? Physical and digital. You still be physical, be digital, phygital mode. You need to be competitive. Streamline your business process, reduce waste, optimize using RPA or whatnot, create a new business model, and then obviously cost savings and revenue and comes following that. Now, the one key aspect that I want to highlight, which I told you beginning, the key driver in digital transformation, customer experience. If you really look at it, the CIOs or the chief marketing officers or CEOs, they are shifting their focus from brand equity to customer equity. They are customer obsessed. They want to see how I can change my business driven by the experiences of my customer. Be where my customers are. I need to give them the same experience. Like, for example, some of you and I are talking over the phone now. For whatever reason, while we are talking on phone, if you and I meet on the road, do we start over the conversation from the beginning? We continue, right? We were in phone. We may be chatting. While you are chatting, you will say, okay, let's get onto the phone. I'm walking up. You are talking on the phone. Now, okay, you are got down on the street. You both are now meeting in person. You continue the conversation. It's the same. That's the seamless experience given to you as a customer, right? They're sending Amazon or Lifestyle is sending you an SMS. Okay, here is a sale. Okay, what is a sale? You are looking at the mobile. Okay, in the mobile you are watching browsing some shoes or some pair of watches or whatever. Okay, now you are getting into the car and then you are getting home. You are logging into the laptop and suddenly in laptop, when you open the same, you should not start all over again. Whatever you have browsed, you browse this and this is what it is. Customers who purchases also bought this. What is the sale on this? Everything is coming in front of you. Okay, you are closing the browser. Now you are going to some newspaper site. Have you noticed that, on the side of the newspaper side, some logos that appear, okay, hey, you know what, this headset, this watch is on sale in Amazon. See, they are chasing you. Be where you are, be where the customer is, and making sure that they are attracting you and serving you in that moment. So it's in the moment of now. So that is very important. A lot of systems are going behind that delivers the moment of now experience with real-time interaction management systems, right? And all of this are centered around the customer. So that's the key message that we all should take on how the industry is treating the customer or changing their model, adapting to the technologies in serving the customer, and how they are transforming and how we prepare for that. So I know we are racing against time, so I would like to spend more time on this, but I still want to quickly touch upon some of the key aspects that are delivering you the customer experience or being leveraged. API economy, I told you, right? Mainframe systems are not to be thrown. Mainframe knowledgeable guys can learn how to develop APIs, REST APIs, microservices, create applications, and expose it into the mobile. That's it. Mainframe is connected to the mobile. That's all. In a matter of weeks time, you can expose a mainframe application in a mobile. You have technologies there. All you need is the knowledge. Remember, digital transformation is not possible without the digital skills, right? So API economy is, is very important, right? Have you thought about you are being able to integrate Google Maps into your applications as and when you need? See, Google made an revenue out of it. They exposed API of their map. Now you don't need to sit and build something. Just consume the API and put it in your website. You are able to show the map. That's all. There is a revenue stream for them. You got the feature when you want it. That's API, power of API. Everybody's exposing what they have, right? Even you talk about your many of the professors here, right? Your employee provident fund. You are able to go into the mobile app and then put in your UID number and you are able to get it. Do you think that they developed, they might have exposed an API out of the mainframe system or whatever system that they have? You get, put in your number, you get your PF balance or whatever transactions, or bank the same way. So they are building on top of it. So REST API is very important. Conversational AI, nothing can be done without AI these days, right? Chatbots, right? And I'll tell you, the AI has taken a good example I can take in this corona. Many of the, if you go to Swiggy or if you go to Big Basket or anyone, right, chatbot is there. I'm not able to do this. Even education, I was learning something 2 days back. I was learning something on Coursera. Suddenly I got an error. Do you think that there is a Coursera customer service team is sitting? Because they are also asked to sit at home. The chatbot is coming and saying, what is the issue? I'm telling that I got it resolved in 2 minutes. So conversational AI is very important. Chatbot, Facebook has APIs. Many of them are bringing that. So chatbots is very important. Conversational AI, encouraging the customer so that the customer doesn't go back and say, oh, you know what, I don't have any customer. See, you may be having corona, you may be having sitting at home, but I need some support now. So how do I get it? Use this conversational AI. That's giving the customer, retaining the customer with you. And the next is hybrid systems, phygital, like I said, right? While there are companies which are in marketer converted into digital, but if you look at Lenskart, or your Pepperfry, they started off with online and now they are converting into stores because you still need to have the feel and experience. You can choose whatever frames that you want in Lenskart, go to the store, they will say that, okay, this is the frame that you tried, try it, and then here it is. You look at their order here, collect at home. Look at it. Hybrid systems is giving you that experience. And hyper personalized, I gave an example of that Amazon story. Hyper personalized on what you are and basis on the context. And algorithmic experience. Today, right, machine learning is driving the experience, right, basis what you searched. Google, how many of you have noticed, you may have browsed something and suddenly if you get into the search, it will look, the search term will appear basis on what you would have browsed. It's algorithmic experience. It is sensing what you have done and basis some prediction, it is giving you what you need. And ephemeral content, like I said, our attention span is 8 seconds, less than a goldfish, right? But then the ephemeral content is attract the attention of the customer within that span. So you need to deliver solutions towards that. And again, security, privacy, data driven, we have talked about it enough. So all of these have technology products, solutions behind that, delivering the customer experience. Now, again, a chart from the industry survey. Mm, Now, this is one of the things from, if you look at from McKinsey, right? The more technologies that are leveraged, the successful transformations are. That doesn't mean technology alone will give you the transformation success. Remember, enterprises cannot just adopt a new technology and say that I'm success. They have to consider the customer, consider the business model, and try to use these new technologies to deliver that solution. And many of this which you would have seen in the last 9 days: cloud, mobile, big data, IoT, design thinking, artificial intelligence, robotics, and augmented reality. And I think, sorry, the last one is the 3D printing. My civil engineering friends, right? And mechanical friends. This is going to be in there. So there are many technologies which are there underpinning this digital transformation. I thought of giving a story, but I know I'm still having only around 10 or 15 minutes more. Putting all these things together, how it looks like in a solution for a transformation story. Let me quickly run through, right? This is for one of a logistics or a transformation. If they have to adapt to a transformation story with all this digital technologies, how would they do? For example, a truck driver is carrying freight and going on the road, putting all the IoT sensors in his truck will sense the pressure, temperature, everything within the container. Also, some sensors in the truck engine and etc. keep communicating, saying, okay, this is whatever that valve or this gauge or is going to fail. It can send some signals to the central orchestration system, right? Or the car connect is an example, right? It can send the position and the information about that to the central system. There is an AI or a machine learning prediction that will run this data. Oh, okay, if this is how the whatever the values are, it is going to fail in the next 1 hour. So immediately a message can be sent to the driver, hey, your truck is going to fail. So I will send you some information. You can try to repair yourselves while I will get some service. So now the driver, how will he know the mechanics of what can be done within an engine? There they use augmented reality. He may be given a tab with an augmented reality app, which he can hover over the engine. It can point some arrow saying that, okay, turn this, unplug this, plug this. That's augmented reality. Show what you can and then guide him, guided augmented reality. So he can fix it or try to fix it, right? And continuously that is being sent to the central orchestration server. And basis that, the repair company can hold over the their mainframe applications on basis enormous amount of data. What could be the error code for which, what is the error, how they fix it and everything, bring it back, and then keep sending messages to the driver, and also keep the service center, this is where it is and he's stuck. So by doing all this, right, you are providing self-help, the speed, uninterrupted, and also you can keep the receiver informed that the truck is on the way, it is having that issue, and see that that they're transforming this into an intelligent transportation, right? He is able to fix by himself with an augmented reality, guided by this IoT which is alerting him, and orchestrated by a BPM solution on the cloud. The core system still on the mainframe or anything are integrated with APIs on the cloud, and Google Maps is integrated, and call center applications are integrated. Look at how everything is coming in but everything is decoupled. This is a transformation story, putting all these things together. Now, to our civil friends, one of the least industry which is adopting digital technology today. I really was impressed upon how the civil industry or construction industry is picking up to this digital transformation, which is one of the least. Industry survey says, right? They are the least in digitally adapting new technologies. But now how they are? You would have seen Autodesk. They have a BIM, building information modeling, which connects everything, gives an experiences. And look at how a plumber or a civil engineer or architects, everybody will have their own data sitting somewhere. Architect will communicate something, the civil guy will build something, plumber will go and say, oh, this is going to give me something wrong, it's not going to help me. But that conflict detection, all this can be connected with augmented reality wearables. He can put in something and the plumbing line comes in front of him before he designs. He can turn things around. And augmented reality and sensors, if a guy is just climbing up, and then you don't need a supervisor to say that, hey, you know what, you are climbing up, be watchful. You can put a camera with a pattern recognition. He's wearing a gear, he's going to slip, he's had to be careful. Or you can use digital twins sitting at home and, or sorry, at the floor and do it, and it gets rectified there. Look at how they can bring in all these digital things and then create a kind of a protective environment in civil. And instead of having the workers sitting idle, put the variables and see where they are spending time and how they can come back and do that. And they are being guided by these mobile, and drones can travel to those difficult areas and then reduce the time spent in that and the risk and security and so on. And 3D printing, coming to this addictive 3D printing, right? Today even you would have noticed for the ventilators for this corona, a lot of ventilator parts are getting 3D printed. It's easy, right? Unlike a manufacturing plant which has to do 3D printing, can do whatever you, as long as you have the model. So if you integrate BIM and 3D printing, you don't need to wait on somebody to give you. So then this construction industry is really gaining to adapt to these digital technologies. Okay, I'm not going to go over this. If you get this, you can go through some of these use cases. I thought I really want to look at even the least digitally transformed industry also have a lot in the industry. So that's why I want to bring this from one of the McKinsey survey. I mean, they have pretty good articles on how construction industry can be transformed digitally. I would encourage all of you to go through that. Having said that, let me get into the crux, targeting the academicians. Digital transformation is impossible. So we have to prepare the workforce of the future with the right digital skills. Okay, now these are some of the trends. I touched upon some of them briefly before. Mr. Anbu, how much time I have?
Yeah, you have another 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I will finish it before that. So if you look at that, right, this is in the modern era, how everybody is adapting. And this is very important for academicians and students to focus on. These are the things that you need to focus on. Every applications are getting refactored and they are integrated, but adapting the newer technologies. If you look at the Gartner, they are saying, the low code platforms, like, assembly applications are delivered by assembling them. There is something called SnapLogic. Instead of ETL, where you use a data transformation, SnapLogic gives the snaps. Oracle to Oracle ERP, I have a snap that connects, and then there you go. You don't sit and write the code. Just map the fields, right? And same way, the API, exposing an API from your existing application, there are generators. And cloud first. Every application is now being designed thinking cloud first, API first, mobile first as the approach, so that I get the flexibility. And customer experience being delivered with front end, they are getting more powerful. Like I said, if you look at that all together to the right, applications, digital applications are built from outside in perspective. What I mean by that is centered around the customers. What the customer will have, design my application around that, outside in. Whereas the traditional applications are, this is what I have, let the customer use it. Whereas outside in is, this is what the customer wants, let me build that. That's the way things are changing. So user interface and user experience, UI, UX, hyper personalization, targeting, self-service, omni-channel. So these are all the things that you need to focus upon. And then everything is born on the cloud or eating away the business from the legacy. So everybody should start looking at developing on the cloud. That means as the future workforce, we need to prepare yourself on application platform as a service, Pivotal, Cloud Foundry, or Amazon Lambda, Azure Functions, or Azure Logic Apps, or Salesforce MuleSoft. So many things are there. You need to see how you can develop on the cloud. And obviously, when we talk about it, methodologies, Agile and DevSecOps is the primary forces that will give you the speed, security, and everything together. And then security, not to be forgotten, friends. I'm sure you would have gone through some cybersecurity sessions, right? Security should not be an after thing. Okay, I will add that security later. It should be in part and parcel of every life cycle of your development. So instead of bolting it on, implement it securely as you go along the application development. Okay. Now, these are the talent transformation trends. What you see on the left-hand side, grayed out, or how traditionally it has been. On the right-hand side, what you see are the things that needs to be picked up. I may not go line by line here, but key things I want to highlight is What is on the left is not to be forgotten. You still need a C++, you still need your mainframe, you still need your Java and things. But there are ways you can adapt to new technologies and extend them and build your applications around the cloud-based, cloud-native using containers like Docker, orchestrate them with Kubernetes, like for our infrastructure knowledgeable friends, right? Instead of you starting 50 servers and when something goes down, you getting a notification, you go and start the server. Kubernetes orchestration is saying that you tell that I need 50 servers at any point in time. Kubernetes will make sure that anytime when two servers goes down, it will bring up two things immediately and make sure that the 50 is retained. Kubernetes orchestration. And that is realized with the help of these containers, virtualization, VMware, and so on, right? And then, like I said, REST API, microservices, 12-factor application methodology, you need to understand all this. So this right-hand side is very key. Each keyword, if these students and academicians, if you look for something, you will get to know, learn something, you will be the future workforce. And security, there are standards that you need to follow, right? So again, this is just one side of it. I have not touched upon many areas, but this is the crux of the matter. Because data and analytics, you take it's a stream by itself. There are so many things inside, like TensorFlow or PyTorch, using these frameworks for your artificial intelligence, or SnapLogic, Tableau, and many others for your business intelligence reporting and so on. And similarly, from infrastructure perspective or your domain centric perspective, so many advancements are there. But these are the buzz that is happening around the digital era that we need to embark on, get our knowledge on, and then move on to the graduation, so that you are becoming a future workforce. And digital transformation is making organizations train their employees on these skills. I'm telling you, organizations are looking for these skills, and a lot of these skills are needed in the coming future. So this is where the future workforce has to go towards. And this is not the limited to this. There are more than this. Like, I haven't touched more on IoT today, or I haven't touched more on augmented reality, or, blockchain. There are many things, but the crux of it is this. With that said, I want to thank again.